Yeah, Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Slow, yes, retarded maybe, braces on his legs, but he charmed the pants off next to him and won a ping pong competition. That ain't retarded. He was a goddamn war hero.
Now,
I mean, he's laying it down.
Yeah. He dropping some knowledge. If you can't, shit, if you can't get an Oscar after that, cause he laid it out there. As I was telling Martin, I told Martin, I said, man, I've hit a point where I can honestly say to you, and I will look you in the eyes, man to man, right now, and will tell you, I just don't give a shit about the Oscars anymore. I've seen many things with the Oscars that have made me question it, and I've done my fair share of making fun of it, talking about it. But I've always been, I've always fancied myself a cinephile. And the Oscars, as I said, the Oscars. Now that's my Super Bowl. I know what's going on with that. But today I stand before you and tell you I don't give a shit no more. And the reason why is because it's because of the age that we're in now. We're in the age of the internet. Where not only do information pass faster,
right,
but just things get revealed even more. You get more behind the scenes things. You are privy to more information that people kind of kept guarded at one time. Mm-hmm. And today, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm not being cool when I say this. When I say I don't like the Oscars, I'm not trying to be edgy. I'm not trying to be hip. I'm not trying to be contrarian or anything. Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm not even front on it. If I won an Oscar, if I was even nominated, you better goddamn right. Oh my God! Hell yeah!
Sure. Thought you didn't care about those. No, man, I was just playing.
What I do now? I would
of all
lose
the things
my
I've
shit.
ever done in my life, this is the most important by far.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's nice hearing your name read aloud for anything.
Sure. It's nice to have accolades and appreciation for some work you've done.
It really is, and let's admit it. I mean, Oscars, unless you get one of those cursed awards, Oscars give you a good boost. If we're just talking about your business, boosting your brand, the Oscars, they will do that. So yeah, you goddamn right. I'd lose my shit if I was nominated for an Oscar. I'm shallow just like anybody else. So I'm just being real with you. But since I ain't getting that shit, I can sit back and just talk all the trash I want to. And I tell you what it is. I just have no more emotional investment in it. Really, I like watching it. It's fun to watch, but I just have no more emotional investment in it. Because a lot of things that we speculated about the Oscars turned out to be kind of true.
Yeah.
The whole thing about it's a business, it's political, it's a game that you have to play. The last thing this seems that it's about is the art. So
I mean, the thing about everything that negative you were saying about the Oscars, that's kind of just. It's in every award.
No, it is.
In every, I don't just mean the Tonys and the Emmys. I mean across the board. Employee of the Year award.
Yeah.
There's all this kind of bullshit that
Hell
goes
yeah.
into it.
Shit, that bowling trophy you got, that's political?
Yeah.
Not because you bowled that well. Because you know what? Mike probably bowled better than you, but they don't like Mike. Mike's an asshole.
Yeah, and any kind of awards or contest that's not based on actual numbers. Mm-hmm. It's kind of just left up to people's taste.
Almost every award is prom night. The prom king and queen, they got it because they're popular and they played the game, right? But with the Oscars, though, man, it's such a prestigious night, and everybody buys into the glitz and glamour of it, and really they think it's all about the celebration of the art of filmmaking. No, it is not. All that is bullshit, and I'm here to tell you why. And I got to tell you that, yes, just like anybody else, the tipping point, ironically, was Adam Sandler.
I made a crazy risk, a gamble. I disagree.
His lack of a nomination really made me sit back and say, all right, there is something going on with this here. And all that came to light with a few articles. But one I'm looking at, there was this article in the New York Post where they had a character actor who remains nameless, but was very blunt about the inner workings of the Academy, and the people on the board of the Academy, or the voters of the Academy. and also specifically why certain people this season did not get nominated, namely Adam Sandler, Jennifer Lopez, and they named a few other people, but those two really highlight some of the reasons why they don't like certain people and why they won't vote for them. And this unnamed actor right here did not give a about saying things bluntly.
Okay,
About
other than giving their name.
Other than, see, I like a person who doesn't want to give their name because that means they can talk a lot of shit. If somebody gives that name, don't trust them. You know, we'll start out with something like, before even getting to Adam Sandler, let's start with JLo. Now, I understand that was not a movie for everybody, but the reasons they give for not nominating her for Best Actress, I think are bullshit reasons.
Front hook, ankle hook, knee hook.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised. It's like, man, I ain't nominating no skank ass bitch for this. You know, just like they sitting up here dancing on this pole. I ain't nominating no stripper. She's an actor. I don't give a she's stripping this movie. You know, that's just like they were criticizing him at the Oscar. I mean, at the halftime show at the Super Bowl, bringing all them ass and titties to this prestigious award right here. You know?
Everything's just hanging out like on the red carpet.
Yeah,
Sure.
Take that shit back to the club. I happen to think that she gave a great performance. Now, I can understand some reasons why people would say otherwise, but the reasons that they're giving here, that they wouldn't nominate her for this person, this unnamed character actor, goes on to say, first of all, Hustlers is not an Oscar movie. It's a little too rough around the edges, and I'm assuming some other people in the acting category didn't see it, said a longtime character actor Academy member. Florence Pugh seems to have gotten the JLo spot, maybe because Little Women is a prestige movie and she's a bright new star. Now, I'm going to call bullshit on her not getting nominated just because they don't think that movie was not an Oscar caliber movie. And I can see the argument for that, but that hadn't stopped people in the past before.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here.
Oh, yeah, you blend.
Boy, that music screams Oscar caliber, don't it?
I was always shocked by that, by her winning that award or getting nominated.
Marissa Tomei.
Not that she wasn't good, but Oscar really?
But she was good, man. But the movie,
I said she was good.
A lot of people would, but you remember a lot of people saying, "Wait a minute, this shit."
Yeah.
My cousin Vinny,
Yeah.
Oscar caliber.
That's a classic, man. You shut up.
I'm not even saying it. Look, if somebody feels like this movie deserves an Academy Award for Best Picture, then so be it. If you got an argument for that, that's fine. But you know, the Academy seems to have a very loose definition as to what is Oscar caliber and what isn't. It's all subjective. It's all personal. It all depends on what time of year it is.
Yeah.
You know, they've done this a lot. They did it for another movie, Tropic Thunder, where you had Robert Downey Jr. in blackface get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor. And on top of that, he was telling you how to play the game of winning an Oscar.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
What do you mean?
I like the way he said that Ben Stiller went full retard.
Check it out. You got Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Slow, yes, retarded maybe, braces on his legs, but he charmed the pants off next to him and won a ping pong competition. That ain't retarded. He was a goddamn war hero.
Now,
He's laying it down.
Yeah.
he dropping some knowledge. If you can't get an Oscar after that, 'cause he laid it out there. That mother made blackface an Academy Award nominee. But I think he deserves it, man. You know, I don't turn my nose up to the movie, but I do know that a lot of critics. I actually watched a critic. I'm not going to even say who it is, but I saw a critic in an interview. She was actually interviewing somebody. And he talked about Tropic Thunder, and she just straight out said, "I'm not going to see that." You know, I mean, what?
Yeah, why are you doing this job?
First of all, shut the up. Second of all, I'm not looking down on this movie right here. I think it's a funny ass movie. And again, everybody got their own list. Everybody got their own criteria. If somebody said this is the best movie of the year, then so be it. But again, would you immediately think Oscar caliber film with Tropic Thunder if you go by what this person is saying?
Well, I mean, this person who decided to remain nameless We're going by their opinion on things.
Exactly, and that's the problem with the Oscars. But we see that opinions play a very large part in why things get nominated and they don't, based on other things other than, is this a good movie or not?
I mean, something always to consider. I always tell people when they say, man, this deserved to get it, this deserved that, this deserved that. It's like, it's not as much about how good you are as opposed to what is your competition. Because if there's only 5 slots and you love Adam Sandler, but he's only your 6th favorite performance, he doesn't make the list.
I disagree to a certain extent in that doesn't seem to be the only thing that people are considering. Yes, you were exactly right, because I thought about that. Adam Sandler was up against a lot right now. Oh, that's hustler shit. Like,
yeah, he's up against Constance Wu. That's tough.
Shit, I was like, damn, going Adam Sandler, man, working that pole. Shit, that boy got it. Look at Adam Sandler got ass on him. No, Adam Sandler in the movie, there was a lot of Oscar buzz, and there was enough Oscar buzz where he could have beat out some other people. Yeah. This is why this is bullshit, man, and it's not because it's competitive. Mm-hmm. It's personal.
Yep.
That's a little small right there, but what it says, this is this person talking about his performance. That performance was a tour de force. He's emerging as a truly great actor, but then he does cheesy Netflix comedies that are really dumb. And a lot of people say, well, what the does that have to do with anything?
With the movie itself, it has nothing to do with the movie itself. You're holding his history and judging him just by that, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, this is why. I mean, this is the kind of thing I hear, and it's like, all right, now this has come to light, and that's a shitty thing to do, man. You know, this guy who has this much Oscar buzz, this guy that everybody's almost unanimously across the board was saying that this is a great performance and he deserves this. People don't even like this mother. I mean, I say, hey, I gotta put that aside. Man, he did a great job. Yeah. And now you hear something like that, and they're holding it against him on a personal level.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's a big factor in it. Also consider the source of the buzz itself, because the idea, even like if you're the one, if you get to say, man, Adam Sandler turned in a performance that's worthy of an Oscar, that's going to catch people's attention because they're going to go like, Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
And so that buzz will perpetuate itself because it's such an underdog story. When you hear, oh, the polls say this person's going to win and they lose, and you're like, oh, what happened? It's like, well, the polls would have won hyping people.
Well, again, that doesn't change the fact that that's still a personal shot.
No, and I am not disagreeing with what you're saying, because I guarantee there's plenty of people who saw Adam Sandler was in a movie and they told, it's pretty good. And they're like, nah, Adam Sandler, not even gonna.
And maybe I'm holding my people to my standard, because I really changed the way I approach films and the way we critique them. I do not walk out of a movie, no matter how bad it is or how much I'm irritated. I never try to hold something personal on somebody. I never go in and say, because I dislike this person's previous work. That is petty, man. That is so petty of them to do that to the point. And you know what? And here's what gets me, man. They just admit it too.
Yeah.
That they sometimes they don't even bother to watch these films.
Now, here's something I can tell you that will add to your reason why these are bullshit, by a character actor who was willing to go on the record. Alec Baldwin. He came out and said that there's blocks of people. They're like, you got the old guard of Hollywood, guys who were in crews who still get to vote. They aren't going to watch all the movie. And there's like 1 or 2 guys they call and they say, I don't have time to watch these. What should I vote for? And he goes, oh, let me tell you. I've seen this. Vote for this, vote for this, for this. Lots of people come to those few people and they just tell them what to vote.
It's ridiculous.
I cannot stand behind something like that, man. At one time, the Oscars were fun. It was cool to root for who you want to win, but it's now it's like, okay, what does it even matter?
Yeah.
At this point, I can't get happy about something, and I will be happy for the attention and business that it will award them.
Sure.
If I really back somebody up, but from some level of integrity, I can't get into this.
Well, if your favorite picture wins something, you kind of got to know, like, hey, it's great it won. But then there's all this other bullshit that kind of went into the wind, so it's not even really that big of a thing to celebrate.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. This person admitted what you just said. He admitted, as with Hustlers, some voters may not even have bothered to watch Awkwafina's Farewell or Sandler's Uncut Gems. I had to pull myself out of a organization because I was like, I can't be fair with these films. I can't just watch half a movie or rush through something and then talk about it. I don't feel right about that. And and I guess I apply that to everybody else. But this is these awards are huge, man. They're viewed by millions of people, and then you see just what I think is kind of a again very petty side of this organization. Adam Sandler made a joke on Howard Stern, and they held that against him.
I know.
Wow.
He joked. He said, if
Yeah.
I don't get the Oscar, I'm going to come back and do a movie again that is so bad on purpose just to make you all pay.
And they took offense to that.
And they took offense. He took offense to that, man. How dare you, Sandler, talk to the Academy this way? You'll pay for that.
I saw how
outta here.
that was hitting all the news services as if he wasn't joking when he said it. I was like, come on, I listened to this.
He was joking,
He was
man.
totally joking.
He was joking. First of all, get the over yourself, Academy, and then get a sense of humor. Think about Adam Sandler when he said that he was completely joking. And really, if you look at it, I say what you will about his movies. I'm not crazy about his movies either. We spend years. Shit, we made careers kind of talking shit about Adam Sandler's movies. But the guy can be humble, man.
Yeah.
He's a comedian. He makes comedies. And if you really talk to him, he can be, it's one of the reasons why I'm conflicted about doing this, because some of these people I think are really cool people outside of their work.
Sure.
Now, and I want to try to separate that. Adam Sandler can be very humble and very charming when you talk to him about these things.
And even Oscar buzz.
That's cool. Yeah. I thought I was getting one for Happy Gilmore, and that didn't happen, so I won't hold my breath.
Even that headline. Look what that headline says. Because I think even the press plays into this too.
Oh, they totally
does he
play into
look Oscar worthy? What the fuck does that mean?
Does he not look?
No, he doesn't look as good as Brad Pitt or something. That means he's not as Oscar worthy.
Look at this schmuck's face.
Yeah.
They get an attitude over that right there, to the point that they will hold this against them. And then they say, well, you know what? Because you made all these shitty movies, because you're out there talking shit, the reason why we're really not nominating you, because it's not because of the quality of your work, because, well, you just don't look Oscar brand. You don't look like Oscar. You don't look like Oscar material. Just to go back to what you're saying, Chris. Yeah. This person goes on to say, there are a lot of movies, a lot of performances per year for us to watch. Unfortunately, actors become brands. Sandler's brand doesn't scream Oscar, but Leo DiCaprio's and Jonathan Pryce's do. Jonathan Pryce, who did the Two Popes. The character actor said, name-checking 2020 nominees for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Two Popes, respectively. Again, bullshit on that. You want to talk about your brand. So, your brand is such an image, such a clean image, such an artistic image, that you let a known rapist make award-winning movies for years. As long as he was making money and making awards and getting business for Hollywood, that was fine. Let him rape all the people he wants to. Ain't nobody gonna say anything. Don't piss off old Harvey Wallbanger over there. You can nominate a movie for several awards. I love that dude. That dude, he's still on the phone. Look at it. Wait a minute, I gotta call you back. There's a lot of noise out here.
What the hell is your delay, Captain?
We're waiting, sir.
Waiting for what?
You can nominate this movie, Hacksaw Ridge, for some technical awards. I think it's sound, editing. You can nominate it for that, but you can also nominate it for Best Picture. You can also nominate it for Best Director, even though the director might turn out to be some crazy-ass racist.
You look like a bitch on heat, and if you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault.
Why got his face blue?
That's what I was wondering.
Because he was run out of breath. I tell you, man, over the years, people want to say separate the artist from the work and whatnot. I'm not comfortable with Mel Gibson, man. Mm-hmm. Nobody's ever really called him out on this shit. He's never really fully apologized for it. And people don't want to question his ass about it. But I guess that's your brand, huh? Rape and racism? Your brand is so clean? You know, it's shit like this that makes me root for Adam Sandler. I'm like, you know what? Go and take your vacations and make all your cash grabs. Do your shit, man. Now that I know how the game is, these awards. Get your money, man. Shit, for all the Tony Guerreros in the world, that's our friend. We have a friend who loves Adam Sandler movies, man. And I made fun of him for years for that. But nah, you know what? Appeal to your base, man. You know, and it's hard not to take anything personal from it when you're somebody like Adam Sandler, because if you don't think that snubs don't exist, as you can see, they do. They snub the out of him. You know, we don't like you. You know, hey, go make 2 more movies and prove to us that you are worthy. You hear that shit? And so Adam Sandler, you know, he's taking it in stride. He's like, I'll take any award that I get. And now that y'all want to treat me like that, whatever award I'll get, I'm going to talk shit about you.
Weeks back when I was quote-unquote snubbed by the Academy and was overlooked for the coveted yearbook superlative category.
Now, why he's talking like a slave, I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering.
I have no idea. This has got new character, I guess.
I feel like if I was an Oscar voter, I would look and go like, see this right here. This is why he didn't get it.
He keep playing.
You see this thing? He's him doing dumb shit like this.
Well, maybe he thinks, you know, he's preparing for a slave movie. Those get awards. You know?
Just can't be a retarded slave.
Yeah. Preparing for Tropic Thunder 2.
The Independent Spirit Awards are the best personality awards of Hollywood.
Yeah, look, I know what the he was doing with that voice, but I don't blame him for going.
I like the ending bit though.
No, it was
Spirit Awards, the personality awards.
Yeah, no, I actually had he wrote it and everything. You know, it was a fun speech, man. You know, like I said, he's grateful for it. I would tell you, in retrospect, it makes me feel bad for people like Eddie Murphy now. Because we said at the time, like, he's another one that people say was snubbed. I was gonna say, nah, man, that was Eddie Murphy being Eddie Murphy. Yeah, that's one I'll say.
He was good at it.
He was good,
but it wasn't really.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't.
That's him being Eddie Murphy. That's him we see him in My Name. Dolomite Is My Name, and you know, it was a fun movie, but I agreed, not really Oscar worthy. But there's been times that he really has given Oscar worthy performances, and you know, and now we talk about he's Norbited himself. That fool created a that fool created a turn.
And the winner goes to what is that over there?
He was about to get it.
Hold on, player. Wait, we want to watch this first. I can't really get this to you now.
Yeah, he was about to get it for Dreamgirls, and then he did this.
Meet a nice guy. Norbit.
Yeah, that's him when he realized he ain't getting an Oscar. Why'd I do this?
It was in my hands.
Yeah, it's funny too because Martin, because you in this movie, you didn't get your award either. Best supporting actor, man.
I got that jacket.
Yeah, you do. I'm beginning to wonder, man. Are y'all really the same person? Yeah, this movie pissed everybody off. He went back to making some dumb shit, but nobody should hold that against the work that he did.
Nah. Only the film itself that he made for that.
That he made.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll watch the Oscars. We'll have fun. It's not like like I said, I don't feel like I'm too good for it or anything. But yeah, I just can't look at it the same way, and I have zero emotional investment in this. I sit back and make fun of it more than I actually have fun just watching it. Because none of it's serious, man. If they can't take the shit seriously, then how do they expect anybody else to? I mean, it's all a business. That's where it comes in. It's a business, and it's political, just like everything else. You know, I went on a big rant about the Academy Awards and how phony it is and a big business, and you know, it was a big cynical rant. But I do like to see when certain movies win that deserve it. Oh yeah. I really like that they get the attention that they deserve. You know, as much as I was going on a rant tonight, while some of those feelings still hold true, I'm really happy when I see movies that I thought would never get any of that kind of attention, get it. So if you were watching tonight and you're still here, then you know that the big winner of the evening, let me see here. You know that the big winner this evening was foreign film, which hardly ever happens for Best Picture. That happens every now and then. Last time that happened, that was for, what was it, Life is Beautiful?
Yeah, Life is Beautiful.
Yeah, tonight the big winner was Parasite.
네가 내 대신 얘 과외 선생님 좀 해줘라, 영어. 대학생인 척하라는 거야? 구라를 좀 치지 뭐.
You know, I saw this, loved it. I might have given it full price. I'm thinking.
Oh, you did?
Well, I know. I didn't know if I gave it better than Sex because I thought I watched this and I said, you know something?
Yeah, maybe you did.
I can't find any big faults in this. It's
Yeah.
such a great story. But, I can't wait to see what the backlash is going to be on this now.
Internet is all about backlash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is going to be the one. This movie really deserved it. It's such a well-written, clever idea and such an original idea. Mm-hmm. And now that it's won the Academy Awards, it's going to be the one that everybody tells you to watch. The first thing that's going to happen is, I didn't know I had to read the goddamn movie. So people are going to, now I don't like it's foreign, and people are going to watch it. They're going to be like, well, nah, man, it's good, but I don't know what all the hype was about.
Yeah. There's always that.
Yeah.
The person has to be cooler than everybody else.
It was okay.
The person who says, I got tired and I cut it off halfway going, wow, you missed something huge.
Yeah.
Some of the best parts of the film.
To the point where, shit, I mean, it ain't that good.
Yeah.
You know what? To be honest with you, I didn't even like that shit. I don't know what people saw in that. It's going to happen, man.
That movie was crazy.
Yeah.
You'll get the cultural backlash. We should honor American films or Western films. It's like, I think that's going to happen too.
That's one of the things that pissed me off about the Academy too. It's funny that this won and I'm glad it did, because somebody wrote that it's a really good movie when I saw it, but I don't think it's up there with regular movies that we've not
regular movies.
Yeah, I'm not lying.
Okay.
Look it up, man. That's another thing that pissed me off about my rant earlier is that a lot of people didn't feel comfortable with that. They're saying, okay, what do you mean by regular movies?
Mm-hmm.
Is that because what they were saying was, well, what they meant to say was, well, good American films.
Yeah.
So, whoever said that, you. But happy to see this, man.
Yeah.
Never would have thought this movie would have reached this high. That's when I love award ceremonies, when you are surprised and pleasantly surprised with something you feel actually deserves it. And this did. It really did, man. And you feel like there wasn't any kind of political play there at all.
No.
How you feel about the win?
I'm just like you. I'm feeling good about it. I came into this not thinking that it was going to win, even though so many critics had it at the top of the list. But once you start pulling those bigger awards, it's like, this is clearly gonna take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Chris?
No, I'm happy. It was my favorite movie of the year. I think it was fantastic.
That was number one on your list.
I would give it a better than Sex on the DT scale. Mm-hmm. I was very happy with the film. As soon as he won Best Director, I'm like, okay, now it's going to get Best Picture. So and I hope this encourages people who have never even heard this movie to check it out now, because it deserves to be seen. It's
and
great.
Sees other films and South Korean films as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a question. Do you think now you'll start to see more international films start to be nominated in the Academy Awards? It's happened before, but like a lot now.
I don't. I
think they'll do it this year, and then they'll want to back away from doing that next year.
Yeah. Nothing's ever going to become a trend really like that. The Oscars still have their traditional movies they want to put in there.
Western
They'll
audiences.
do something every now and then and let you know, hey, we're not assholes. But with genre movies,
yeah.
They'll you have The Shape of Water. Now you're not going to get creature and fishman movies every year, things like that.
It's true.
You're not gonna get superhero stuff every year.
Right.
Joker was something that was nominated. Now you probably see that happen later on down the line. But I mean, at this point, I think it's not will you see this happening over and over again or more often.
Right.
I think what you'll see is that the Academy is going to be a little more open-minded now.
That's good.
With everything that they do. Mm-hmm. Damn, I hardly ever get to see you in a suit.
You don't, yeah. You're always in T-shirts.
Always
it's rare.
You mean like a T-shirt from DTmerch.com? Only thing nicer than these suits right here is that classic black tee with the white logo right there. All these other flavors of shirt. One of these days I'm just gonna wear all these shirts at one time. All the flavors.
Just strip them off one by one. Do JLo costume changes throughout the show.
Yeah. Just keep ripping that shit off. Oh, might have been on that red carpet with them slides right there.